Hello, here's Stefan Laub from Cucumber.at. Today I want to show you something about our new plugin, Q-Geotexture. Q-Geotexture enables you to map any geometry seed onto a surface similar as you do normally with textures, just with 3D geometry. In this simple example, I'll show you how this works. Let's do a close-up. I modeled here a seed. Basically, that's something that fits into a square box, if you want to think this around here. And I have a surface where I want to map it on. To map it on, it needs a mapping and the Q-Geotexture. Q-Geotexture is a plugin that you find here in plugins, just very simple. And you can place here the seed that you want to map as child. So here I have just, this is this thing with some sweeps, nothing more. It shows you can have any group or complex structures, so it's not needed to be just a simple object. It can be anything, also generators, also another Q-Geotexture plugin and so on, can nest them. And I need a surface here, made this Bezier surface, which I link into the UV object. So on this object we will map the geometry. I turn it now on, so we see it. And the whole thing is multi-threaded, yeah, so it uses all your cores. It's a multi-threaded geometry, deformation and cloning at the same time. So it scatters and clones and deforms all together. Or you can also use render instances, which then are not deformed, but very fast scattered with some special features. In that case, we use the normal deformer way. And when you zoom in here, you see immediately what happens. I maybe turn off now the Bezier, or let's keep it on just for the editor. And I show you what you can, let's tune it a little bit here in the Q-Geotexture. It has basically some basic settings, the deforming settings, the cloning settings, and then you can add variations by texture with textures and fields controlled. Fields, of course, 20 or newer. And inside the clone, you can set very detailed and control it by texture or by precise values here. And also the deforming has a lot of options here from different scalings. And you also can have a second surface actually, which acts as limiter to have even more complex shapes. We come to this in another video then. Basically what I do here as first is I will set a smaller scale because I want to reduce the size of that. So I set here a fixed scale, which can be very useful if you want to have a precise height. I will gonna use this here. And then we will probably use here, let's gradually raise that. So you see it still is there. And I can raise that again to make this a really nice and fine metal mesh. Yep, here it is, yeah. And the things here, they are the space between the clones, so you can tune them that they perfectly fit together. If you set that value higher, then you have a gap. If you make the value lower than 1, they merge together. In that case, this was the perfect value to make them really be one fluid surface. Basically, for this simple thing, that's it. We will render it now. In that case, it was rendering already, okay. But you see it's very fast. Even so, we rendered. Here you have the actually the ready result. We will re-render it now that you see how fast it is actually. In that case, I used Corona, but it works in any engine inside Cinema 4D that can render Cinema 4D geometry. So here you have it. Maybe turn off this bloom stuff, okay. and it's very easy. It's very effective with using all multiple cores, and it tries to be as RAM effective as it can be with the amounts of scattering objects. And basically that is the first video as a basic start. So we had this seed video, the seed geometry, we have the surface, and we have the geotexture, which clones this stuff here onto our object and deforms it so it flows along the surface. Okay? Very easy to use, but yet very powerful, I think. So thank you.